Hi everyone and welcome to Weston Drinks. My name is Weston and this is a video about potatoes. Alright. Today we're going to be talking about making up your own cocktails. There are lots of techniques people use to make up those beautiful cocktails you see all over the internet. Ooh! But my personal favorite is one called the Mr.PotatoHead Method. This is a technique created by the team over at Death & Co. in New York City. In 2010, they won Best American Cocktail Bar and World's Best Cocktail Menu using this technique. What I love about this technique is not only does it teach you to make up new cocktails super easily, it also teaches you to understand the fundamentals of how cocktails work, which makes it super easy to understand existing recipes and master classic cocktails. So, before we get into making up new cocktails, let's start with understanding how they work. There are only 6 cocktails. These are called the root recipes. You've got the old-fashioned, the martini, the sour, the daisy, the highball, and the flip. Every cocktail ever is based on one of these 6 recipes. So, learn these 6, and you never need to learn another recipe ever again. Each root recipe is broken down into 3 key elements that make it unique. First, you have the core. The core is the basic flavor that every other flavor is built around. In the Mr. Potato Head analogy, this is your potato. Next, you have the balance. This is one or more ingredients that smooths out the core and makes it more drinkable. This is your potato's arms and legs. And finally, you have the seasoning. This is an ingredient that adds more depth to a cocktail by either complementing or contrasting your core flavor. This is your potato's face. This is a really fun element because you can kind of sneak it in wherever you want. You can add a dash of bitters, you can infuse flavors into your spirit, you can make up a new syrup, add a new garnish, whatever you want. The only limit here is your imagination. This is your opportunity to get creative and show off your personality. Kind of like putting on a cowboy hat or getting a face tattoo. Now let's look at some recipes that are in the same family as the old-fashioned to see how easy it is to make up new cocktails with this technique. Alright, so here's our original old-fashioned. If we substitute the seasoning for fresh mint, we have a mint julep. If we substitute the bourbon for champagne, we have the champagne cocktail. And if you want to get a little crazy, we can substitute the bourbon for both reposado tequila and a splash of mezcal, as well as substituting the sugar for agave nectar. Here you can see the Oaxacan Old Fashioned, one of the creations that helped make Death & Co. famous. So you can see that even after substituting multiple ingredients, all of these cocktails are clearly based on the root recipe for the Old Fashioned. A brief word of warning about using this technique. If you're going to be substituting ingredients, be sure you're substituting for something similar. If you start putting things where they don't belong, things can get real weird real quick. Okay, so let's try this for ourselves. We're going to show off this technique by taking a classic cocktail, the Gold Rush, and substituting one ingredient to make a brand new cocktail. But first things first, get on your apron, wash your hands, and get your tools together. And let's get started. For this cocktail, we'll use 2 ounces of bourbon, 3/4 ounces of lemon juice, and 3/4 ounces of a spiced honey syrup. To make our spiced honey syrup, get a pot of water and add 2 sticks of cinnamon, anise, nutmeg, cloves, and a slice of orange. Boil that for 5 to 10 minutes, strain out the solids, let it cool, and mix it with equal parts honey to water. Bottle it up, and you're good to go. Fill your shaker tin with ice. Cap it off. Shake it up. Strain it into a chilled coupe glass. And garnish it with a lemon twist. And there you have it, your own custom variation on the Gold Rush. If you've got any ideas for the name of this cocktail, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Share your favorite cocktails you've created with this technique in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for a new video every other Thursday. Cheers!